Hello, Szewczaks. This is me, Maja Szewczak. Today, we are going to use this bow. And I'm going to use it in a Black Lycheemallow Seafoam Bush backpack, because I'm also making this for Theo Sparkles. Here's Theo Sparkles. He also had his joints replaced recently. And I've tried out candy wrappers for his legs, and it worked out really well. And check this out, it's like seamless, so you don't see the wire. So that looks more realistic, and it's cheaper than using beads or Fimo clay for the joints. But anyways, better not get distracted and start work on the backpack. I am starting with stitching these areas of the backpack to create a base for them. The base for the backpack is done. I had this button, it was a flower. It was white, but then it got black with the Sharpie. Now I'm going to add some black sequins to the backpack. I've stitched on the straps and even some sequins and beads, and it's the perfect size for Theo Sparkles. However, I hadn't used the bow yet. However, I will have to alter the bow with a black Sharpie. The Sharpie didn't fully cover it in black, so black acrylic paint it is now. And I will do all the areas the Sharpies didn't. That's more like it. I'm going to let it dry now. When the black acrylic paint dried on the bow, I've added the black glitter and I've added the butterfly glitter. Same did with the button on the backpack. Now the glitter glue needs to dry. Okay, so I've added an emerald green bead on the black bow and made some black cherries. Now they have to dry. The bow has dried, so that means it's time to glue it onto the backpack. Okay, time to let it dry. The black cherries have dried. For what I want to do with them, I'm going to cut the cherries and use these leftovers whenever I was cutting sequins into squares, and that's the leftovers that I'm going to use to make it look like They are emerald green disco balls, these cherries, but first I have to cut them out of this paper. The cherries have been cut. They are so tiny. I will probably decorate them off camera since it feels too tiny to be filmed. One set of cherries has the emerald green disco ball, while the other is the Black Lycheemallow Seafoam bushes. They both need to dry. Okay, Szewczaks, I was stitching some sequins, and this bow is actually not holding up very well on this fabric. Don't be as rough as me if you glue it on. However, I'm going to glue this to the bow so I could stitch it. It was always my preferred method of adding this to a fabric. I'm going to let it dry and hope that it's not going to fall off the backpack. I'm still working on the sequins on this backpack, and however, you can see the stitching of all the sequins inside. So once I finish with the sequins, I do have this mini Bella dress. If you don't know what's mini Bella, then they are really cheap Poundland dolls that you can get for £1.50, and I buy them because they're good size for kids of Shopkins dolls, and also their head is very soft, so it's easy to stitch their new hair on after removing the old one. So that's why I like these cheap dolls. And that's one of the dresses from them, and I really like the fabric, even though it's not very good quality, but still want to use it. I just like the effects on it. So here I'm cutting off the ribbon, and I'm going to use it to line it. I've made the lining. The threads would fall off, but they didn't. However, the glitter does. So I'm going to test it. I hadn't finished the sequence yet, so I'm just testing it before stitching it on. Looks okay. Going to keep it. The glued on hook and eyes have been dried, and it's holding up better than just gluing the bow on the fabric. Maybe because it's smaller details, who knows. Okay, so now it's time to stitch it on the backpack with the new hook and eyes inserted. The bow has been stitched on. I can still close the bag with the button, even after adding the bow. Actually stitching it, not gluing, because you know it works better that way. Now I'm going to finish those sequins there and then line it with this. Okay, so all the sequins are done and I have lined it with the fabric, and wow! Look at the effects of the lining in the backpack. I just didn't want to film me attaching it by stitching it on because it's really fiddly, but I'm letting you see it now. Wow! The attention to details. Just wow. I still want to hide the stitching here in a way, but I hadn't thought of what, so I'll be back when I'll think about it. Okay, Szewczaks, so I decided on a dark emerald green ruffle there. However, I'm still going to cover up the stitching with these sequins, but I'm just going to cut them to squares. The color will be kept like this. And Szewczaks, check out the finished product. It still does open here and it reveals all these effects and the amount of effort I've put into all the stitching work and everything in the backpack. And also, now, before moving on to the scene at school with it, I want to show you the before and after.
Is that a pink shirt with a lycheemallow bow tie? Yes, it is. And Nicholas, this is for you. Oh wow! Thank you so much!
Oh wow! Theo knew you liked those shirts.
I know. They're not really Theo's taste, but he knows I like them. Blanca, I also have something for you.
Oh wow, Theo, I love ruffled chokers. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have to go now. Bye, Nicholas. Bye, Blanca. You know, Blanca, I want to wear that to school tomorrow.
Me too, but it's just with that choker. Oh wow, Theo gave us really great gifts. So I'm thinking of what to give him. Any ideas on what you are going to give Nicholas?
the same fingerless gloves as me, but in emerald green and black and right-handed. Black and emerald green are Theo Sparkle's favorite colors, so I would suggest giving him something in these colors.
Okay, what to give him?